Hello guys, welcome back to Connor's Outdoor Activities. Hope you're all good. Today we're out sea fishing again. Today we're down North Beach in Lowestoft. Instead of us being at the Corton end, we're down the Links Road end today, towards Lowestoft way. And we're going to give it a go. The time is now 8 PM. I think we got high tide in, I don't know, maybe half an hour's time, something like that. So we're going to give it our best shot. There's hardly any wind. I haven't put any rods out yet. So I'm just going to show you the rig I'm going to be putting on the left hand rod. So this is the rig. Let me just untangle it all. Right, here's the rig for the left hand rod. So we're doing a single hook rig on it. We got a swivel at the top. There you go. Look. And then we've got the leader line tied onto that. Then we go down the leader line. Oh, sorry, we're just tangling everything up. Right, and then you got a crimp, a bead, a swivel, a bead and a crimp, and then you got a long bit of snood line. You come down the snood line, and then we got a size 3/0 hook on that. There you go. And then you go further down the leader line from here, and we got a 5-ounce weight. And I think on there I'm going to put a lugworm on it. We got baits today. We've got fresh lug, fresh rag, frozen black lug. We've got some squid and some mackerel and some prawns as well. So we've got plenty of baits to keep us going. We might be fishing all night. Who knows? Depends if we catch any fish or not, really. If we sit here till midnight and we ain't had a bite, well, we'll go from there. So I'm just going to get the baits out. I think in here we got rag. There you go. I think that's ragworm. I think this is lug. Yep, I think we got some lug in it. Some mackerel. Some more mackerel. Some blacks. We've got some more blacks here. Yep, more blacks, there you go. And then we've got some unwashed squid. Put that down there. And then some smelly old prawns. So, as I said, the time is now 8 PM. That's the rig what's going on the left hand rod. So what I'll do, I'll get that rig baited up and I'll get that on the clip, and then I'll bring you back as I'm casting out. Right guys, so I've just clipped that rig on the left hand rod, and they're going to get that out there, and then once that's cast out and we got it in the rod rest, I'll show you around the area and so you can see what it's like down this end of the beach. Right, so let's get it out there, I guess. I put a bit of black lug on there, wrapped it up so it looks nice, and hopefully that'll look nice and a fish will take it. Right, let's go and have a look. Right guys, let's show you around what we got. Here's the rods we cast out there. This is the beach. That's Tramp's Alley down that end if I zoom you in. Where I fish on the channel quite a few times, as a lot of you know. This is what's round us. We've got a sort of cliffy area there. This is my home. Well, it might be my home for the night, depending on if we get anything. We've got someone swimming in the sea there. That's down there, all the old wall of the old sea wall. We're in sort of the, well, the second growing along, well, the first one sort of thing, isn't it? And then that's there, that's where you park your car up there. But you can probably see the tops of cars there. And this is where we are, so there you go. There you go guys. Right guys, so I'm now going to show you what rig I'm going to be putting on the right end rod. That's going to be a 2-hook flapper rig. Right. So we've got a swivel at the top. This is the one that I used last time, but there you go. We've got a swivel at the top. Let's have a look. We've got a little snood here. We've got a size 2.0 hook on there. They're Sakuma ones, these ones. And then there we go, that's the first snood there. And we just got just a little short one. And then underneath we got a longer one. This is the 2-hook flapper. So let me just show you what it's like. So you got your swivel here. Only a little swivel, but that's alright. And then down to there, to a twisted hook length, but I've got to put that always straighten out once you put bait on it. Then you go down, then we've got another snood here. Down to that's a 1.0 hook. It's a little bit bent because I think I've had a dogfish on it, but yeah, it's definitely had some fish on it. But you can see that's a bit bent, but that's alright, that'll be alright. And then we've got a 5-ounce weight on the bottom of it, and I think I'm going to put mackerel and squid on that. So what I'll do guys, I'll get some bait on there, and I'll get that clipped up, and I'll get that out there, and hopefully I can bring you all back when we've got a fish to show, hopefully. Well guys, it's now 25 to 9, just reeled in the left hand rod. Nothing on there, and the black lug come in just as good as I chucked it out, so but I just sort of re-threaded it back on the hook, alright, and then that's pretty much it. I just done that and chucked it back out there. See if we can find some fish. Nothing on the first chuck, but let's just hope we're going to find some fish. That's the main thing. Hopefully we don't sit here and blank, but I wouldn't have thought so. I think there's been a few whiting and doggies about. I think that's the same sort of story everywhere at the moment. But we're going to give it our best shot. As I say, it's now 25 to 9. We still got black lug on the left one, as I've just said, and on the right one we got mackerel. We got a little strip of mackerel, and we put a prawn on there, so we're going to see how that gets on. And all we can do really guys is just try our best. Is that a bite I just see then? It looked like a bite, didn't it? On the right hand rod, that was a good bite. That was a good pull down, whatever it was. There's something there what had a look. Don't know if that was a bite or whether that was a wave, because I didn't chuck that very far, that one. I just give it a little flick out, because sometimes they can be right where your feet are really. If there's bass about, they can. But it might have been a bite, I don't know. We'll find out when we reel it in about 10 minutes time. I ain't tried prawn for a few sessions. I always bring them with me, but lately worm has been working well, but we'll just see how we get on. I think that's a pretty good bite. Is that a fish or is that a wave? I don't know. because that did. We don't know. It could well be a fish. We won't know until we reel it in, will we? So we'll see how we get on. But it's looking more like a fish bite rather than a wave. Yeah, it's looking like it might be. But we'll just see, guys. Really, we'll have to reel it in, and as I say, about 8:45 I'll reel it in. It's now 25 to, so we'll give that 10 minutes. Let that bite develop. That might be a flatter, you never know. So we'll let that bite develop, and hopefully we can get a fish on there, guys. Just hope we're gonna catch a few fish tonight. Well, guys, it's now 10 to 9. I just reeled in that right hand rod because we had them bites on there, and nothing on there. Nothing on there, and a little bit of bait left on the hooks, but not enough to worthy chucking them back out there again. So I stripped the baits, and this time I got a bit of mackerel on the top hook and a bit of squid on the bottom hook, a bit of squid head. So I put that out there, and the left hand one is still sitting out there. Probably going to give that a look in about another few minutes. Give that another look. About 5 to 9, I'll give that another look and see if there's anything on there. But at the moment, nothing. But this is only the. We've only had one cast on each rod so far, so we can't really say a lot yet. We got to give it a bit of time. That right hand one has just gone slack. I'll go and tighten it up now. Yeah, I'll just go and tighten that up. Yeah, that's tightened up again, I think. Is it tightened? Not particularly. I keep loosening. There's some big old. Well, they aren't massive waves, but definitely not flat calm, as you can see. It's definitely not flat calm, but we're going to give it our best shot to catch a few. We're going to try different baits and different rigs and hope that we're going to catch a fish or two. That's all we can do, really, isn't it? So let's just see what happens. Well, guys, I just reeled in the left-hand rod. It's now 9 o'clock. Bringing it in, and something dropped off at the edge, and we've got a big old crab on it. Let me show you this beast. He's quite a big one. Well, I don't want to get nipped by him, but look at that for a crab. It's not a bad size. Just making sure I ain't going to get nipped by him, but look at that for a crab. He's a bit sandy, but look at him. He's one big crab, he is. Just making sure he ain't going to nip me, because I don't really want that. But there you go, look at that for a crab. Not a bad size. That'll do. Well, at least we've had a crab. Now we've got to see if we can find some fish. So there he is, a crab. It's a bit sandy underneath. I can't really do a lot about that, but there you go. He's a bit sandy because he was walking along the sand as I was bringing him in, but there you go. Let's get him back in. So we got Mr. Crab, or Mrs. Crab. So there you go, let's get it back in. Not a bad size. There we are, guys. There we are. At least we've pulled something in. Not a bad crab, that was a right one. I felt him on there, I could feel him sort of, attached to the hook. Right, so let's get some more bait on there, guys. And hopefully we can find some fish. Well, guys, sorry it's a bit dark, I'm going to have to put my light on in a minute, but just reeled in the right hand rod and we got our first fish of the session. We got a whiting. And here we go. There we are. Sorry it's a bit dark, but hopefully you can see the fish alright. I'll get my I'll get my light set up in a minute and then you'll be able to see me a bit clearer. Oh yeah, he's being a bit of a wriggly one. But there he is, that's a whiting. It's not a bad size. It's not massive, but it's not tiny. So there you go. Oh, oh. Right, there he is. Spinning round. He was caught on squid on the 2-hook flapper. So there you go. I see a bit of a bite on there, so thought I'd reel it in, and there he was. So there's a whiting. Right, let's get him back in. So yeah, I'm sorry it's a bit dark, guys, but thought I'd just show you him. I'll get my light set up in a minute, and everything will hopefully be good. So let's get him back in and see if we can find some more fish. Right, guys, it's now 9:30. I've got the light all set up in my bivvy, so when we get our next fish, hopefully that'll be a bit brighter for you. Gonna set up the light on my rods in a bit, once that sort of get dark. It's starting to get dark, but it's not completely dark yet, as you can see. So we had a whiting and a crab so far, so we ain't blanked, that's the main thing. We caught that on squid on the 2-hook flapper. I put another bit of mackerel, another bit of squid on that, and that's back out there. And we're just hoping we're going to get some more, really. We hardly got any wind, but we got a few waves, which is a bit odd. But because normally when there's a wind like this, it's flat calm. But we're getting a few little waves, but nothing much, but just enough to move the rod tip, sort of thing. But all we can do is sit here and just keep chucking the baits in the water and just see what happens, really. But at least we've had a fish, that's the main thing. See if we can hopefully find a few more. No snags as well, because this part of the beach can be quite a snaggy bit. There's quite a few snags along it, and that's also weedy as well. As you've seen on my other videos, what I've done here, along up near the Tramps Alley end, that's a lot of the time that's just full of weed and you can't really fish it. But I don't seem too bad at the moment, so just keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we ain't going to get too much in this session. Hopefully we ain't going to be pulling in loads and loads. We're getting like little tiny bits, but nothing what we can't handle. That right one is going a bit, but that's just where the waves are hitting it. Because I got that close in, because I know as soon as I chuck that right out there, that's going to be getting weed on it. That's what normally happens, but we'll just see how it goes. And hopefully, guys, we're going to find some more soon. Hopefully there's going to be some more fish come and bite our hook soon. That's what we're hoping for anyway. Right, guys, just reeled in the right hand rod. That's the one with the 2-hook flapper on. That's the one with mackerel and squid on. And we got another whiting. So here he is. Another whiting for it. There he is. Oh. A bit of a ring, like. There he is. Another whiting. Sorry, I'm... Yes. We're here. There you go. There's another whiting caught on squid. So that's 2 fish on squid now. They must be liking the squid tonight. Right, so there we are. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's definitely a whiting. So there we are. Right, let's get him back in. Yep, in. Yep. We'll get him back in. So there we are, guys. That's another whiting. Let's see if we can find some more. It's dark now, so we'll just keep fishing away. See what else come along. Right, guys. It's now 5 to 10. Tide is definitely going down now. Tide's definitely going down, as you can probably see in the distance of the camera. You can see the water just splashing there, but it's starting to go down a bit. We had a couple of whiting so far, so that's not too bad, and we had a crab, so not a bad sized one at that. That weren't a little baby crab, but you normally get. That was quite a decent sized one. So we're just going to try our best and see what happens. Nothing on the left hand rod since we had that crab, but we had the two whiting on the right hand rod, both on squid, so it seems like they're liking squid at the moment. But we'll just see how it goes. I think we might have a bite on the right hand rod, or it could be a wave, but looks like it could be a fish bite. So hopefully we're gonna keep pulling in a few fish, and we'll see how we get on. It's just nice to be sat out here with putting a bait on the hook and chucking it in the water and just see what happens, really. It's just nice to be down here giving it a go, really. So we'll keep putting the old baits on there, and we'll just see how we get on. I put a fresh lug on the left hand rod and left it 20 minutes, reeled it in, and that was gone. So nothing wanted the fresh lug on that one that time. So I put another fresh lug on, and hopefully we can, and maybe we'll get one this time on it, but we'll just see. So I hope you're all keeping well. If you've been out fishing recently, let me know where you've been and what you caught. I'm always interested to know what you've been catching and that. It's always nice to know what other people have been catching as well. So let's see how we get on. I think that right hand rod might well have a fish on it. It seems to be banging away a bit. May well be a fish on there, looks like it. Right, so let's see what happened, guys. It's now dark, so maybe it might be a nice big bass come along, or a ray, you never know. But all we can do is keep chucking the baits in the water and hope we keep finding a few fish. Right, guys, I just reeled in the left hand rod. That's the one what had a fresh lug on it. One at flapper rig. It's now 25 past 10, and we've got another whiting. So I think that's whiting number 3. He's got a bit of sand on him. I'll show you him. There he is. Another whiting. Not massive, but not tiny. Not really what. There we go, that's better. Another whiting. He ain't a massive one, but he's not a tiny fish. It's definitely a whiting. I always check. Would be nice. There you go, look. We got him on the fresh lugworm on the 1-hook flapper rod on the left hand side. So there you go. It's not a massive fish, but it's not tiny either. So there you go. Let's get him back in, guys, before he jumps everywhere. Right, so that's not too bad. He was on the left hand rod, caught on a fresh lugworm. didn't really see a bite. I just thought, well, I'll just check the bait, see if there's any bait left, and there he was, sat on the end. Let's get him back in and get some more bait out there. Right guys, I cast the left hand rod back out. I thought, well, I'll check the right hand rod, and we got a new species, well, not a new species, another species for the night, a dogfish. Here we go. Dogfish, had quite a few of these recently, but I don't mind them if you'll let me hold him. You're getting me all full of sand. Lovely. But there he is. Not a bad sized doggy, that. Oh, come here. He's covering me in sand. There you go. Not a bad sized doggy, really. Quite a decent one, really. There you go. See that, that's not a bad size, really. From tail to his head, that's quite a decent length, isn't it? There you go. Not a bad size, really. That's alright, isn't it? But there we go, we got a dogfish. I thought there was something on there, I knew there was something there. So there we go, there's a dogfish. There you go. Right, let's get him back in. So there's a dogfish. Right, let's get him back in. Get some more bait out there, guys. Cool, he's covered me in sand. Right, let's get him back out there. He was caught on the 2-hook flapper on the right hand side, and he was caught on a squid bait. So I'll get that baited up there again and see what happens next, guys. Well guys, there we are, we got the rods out still. It's now 11:15. I think we may have another fish on the left hand rod, because I've just been watching it and that has been doing a little bit of banging about, but I ain't too sure. It's sort of one of them bites where you think, is it a wave or is it a fish sort of thing. So I ain't too sure about that one. The right hand rod, so you can probably just see that left hand one is doing a little bit of moving, but not too much. So I ain't too sure about that one. And the right hand rod has only gone out there about 5 minutes ago, so we've got to give that a bit of time. So that's pretty much what's going on at the moment. Oh, right hand rod just had a nice knock on there then. Yep, right hand rod just had a little knock, so that's good. That did look like a sort of dogfish bite, or yeah, it looked like a sort of dogfish. It looked too good to be a whiting, but you never know. Sometimes if you get a big whiting, they do give you a good old bite. But yeah, we're out here enjoying ourselves, that's the main thing. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, but nothing much what's gonna make it really chilly. It ain't that bad really. Tide is starting to well, tide is going down quite a bit, as you can probably see. It's down there quite a way now. You can probably see it splashing in the distance, but it's quite a way down there, but we should be alright. We shouldn't run out of line. Hopefully not. Yeah, we may have a fish on the left hand rod. We'll just see what happens with that. So we'll keep an eye on the old rods, guys. Yeah, the rods I'm using today are the same as what I always use, the Mitchell rods. I seem to be getting quite a few fish lately on them, so... well, sometimes. But yeah, we seem to be doing alright so with them rods, so I think I'll stick with them for a little while and we'll just see how we get on. And the left hand, the reel on the left hand side, I think I've got to do something with that, because the handle ain't turn as good as it should, so I'll have to, when I get home, well, in the morning or, well, later on, I'll have a look at that and see why the handle ain't turning very well. But it's not. But apart from that, we're alright. And on the right hand side, we got a Sonic SKS reel. Left hand side is a Witchwood Riot 55S, like what I always use. and the tripod is an Ian Gold's. So let's sit here, watch the rods, and hope that there's going to be a fish up here soon. And it looks like we might have a fish on the right hand rod as well, so there may be a fish on both rods. You never know. But we'll just see how it goes. And hopefully there'll be a fish up on the beach soon. Let's just hope that... I can't see anybody else on the beach, just me at the moment on the beach, but that's alright. Don't think there's no one down here at all, which is it's alright, nice and peaceful, not too bad. So let's hope that the boats we're getting on them rods are gonna have a fish on them. Let's just hope anyway, guys. Would be good. Right guys, I just reeled in the right hand rod. That's the 2-hook flapper rod. There was a bit of mackerel on the top hook and a bit of squid on the bottom hook, and we got another whiting on. He was caught on squid bait yet again. Squid seem to be doing pretty well. So there you go, another whiting. Seem to be quite a few of these about recently, but that's alright. Don't mind catching them, better than blanking, eh? I'd rather sit here and catch these than sit here and just bring in empty hooks every time. So there we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. There you go, one last look at him. Ooh, 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 ooh. There you go. There you go, guys. A whiting. Right, let's get him back in. There you go. Yep, we'll get him back in. Yeah, he was caught on squid on the 2-hook flapper. So I think what I'll do this time is, instead of putting a mackerel bait on the top, I'll put 2 squid baits on, because that's all I seem to be catching them on that rig. So I think I'll do that. And let's just hope that we keep pulling them in. Be alright. Would be nice to get a smoothie or a ray or something like that, or a bass, but I don't mind catching whiting. They're alright. Oh, just had a fly go in my mouth. So let's get some more bait on there and see how we get on. Well guys, there we are. That's the right hand rod casted out there again. That tide is really going out now. As you can probably see, you probably can't even see the water now on the screen. That's going right out there, but we should be alright. My reel shouldn't empty. Hopefully not. Hopefully my reels don't empty. Hopefully we'll be alright. But yeah, we're getting a few fish. We had a doggy and a few whiting and a crab, so it's not too bad. At least we aren't blanking. That's the main thing. I put 2 squid baits on the right hand one this time, because mackerel don't seem to be getting a fish on it, and squid do every time. So I'll put 2 squid baits on this time and see how that do. Wonder if we'll get 2 fish on this time. We'll just see. If not, it could be the length of the snood, because the bottom snood is a lot longer than the top one. So we'll just see. And the left hand one has got a fresh lug on it. I'm putting fresh worm on there, but hadn't had a fish on there for a little while. So I don't know what's going on with that. Seems like squid seem to be the bait tonight, guys. Not really getting a lot on anything else. I think we had maybe one or maybe 2 fish on worm, but we had the majority of them on squid. the doggy was caught on squid, but that's their sort of favourite bait really, isn't it? But I think with doggies, I think that they'll eat anything you sort of throw in there really. They aren't really that bothered. Because they're scavengers, aren't they? They go along the bottom looking for food. So the time is now 11:30. We're giving it our best shot, just seeing what happened. There's a green light flashing in the distance, must be a boat out in it. You can probably see it on the screen as well, there's a light flashing out there. It's stopped now. No, here it go again. But yeah, we're just gonna sit here and enjoy the fishing really, and just see how we get on. So hopefully guys, I'll be able to bring you back when we got some more fish to show. Hopefully there'll be some more fish to show soon. So we'll go from there really. Yeah, no other people fishing on the beach. No one at all. I thought it might have been someone come to fish the tide down or something like that, but no one else about. It's not bad conditions either really. We've got a little tiny bit of wind, but nothing you'd feel, nothing what you can really call wind. Just a little bit of just a little bit sort of air, just a bit of air really. That's all it is. It ain't really wind. But right, let's sit and watch these rods and see what happens. Right guys, it's now 20 to 12. Just reeled in the left hand rod. Just thought, well, I'll just give it a reel in. And we got another fish on, a whiting. So let's show you him. Another fish. Oh, he's a bit wriggly. He's got a bit of a his eye is a bit strange. Look. See that? Look. A bit strange. But that's the same on the other. But that's alright on the other side. So I don't know what's happened with that. So there you go. A whiting. It's not massive, but it's not like a little pin. It's alright, isn't it? I knew there was something on there. I could feel something on the end, sort of bouncing along, sort of thing. Okay, the other side of him. If you'll let me. There you go. His eyes are right on that side, look. Right. So let's get him back in. There we are, another white. Right, let's get him back in. And we'll get some more bait on there, guys. That was on the left hand rod. That's the one that's got the 1 hook flapper on it. And that's got the 3/0 hook on. And he was caught on a fresh lug. So let's get him back in the water and get some more bait on there. Right guys, it's now 25 past 12. There was nothing on the right hand rod that time, but I just thought I'd check the left hand rod. And we've got another whiting on. Let me show you him. He ain't massive, but again he's not tiny. Another whiting. Oh. Bit of a regular. There you go. Another whiting. It's definitely a whiting. No coddling about at the moment. Let's show you this side of him, and then we'll get him back. So there you go, guys. Put your tail out. Oh, he's got a strange tail on him. He's got sort of like a rounded end tail rather than a square one. So So there you go, guys. Another whiting. Right, let's get him back in. Alright guys, so it's not too bad. Yeah, as I said, there was nothing on the right end rod that time, but that's out there again with 2 more baits on. And I thought I'd just check the left hand one, and here we have another whiting. So let's get some more bait on there and just see what happened, really. Hopefully we can keep pulling a few fish in, but it's good fun anyway. We're having a pretty good session, we're getting a few fish, so that's the main thing. So it's not going too bad. Right guys, it's now 5-1. Just reeled in the right end rod, nothing on there, so I replenished the bait. On the top hook I tried a ragworm, put a little sort of rag on there, and on the bottom hook I put a bit of squid. So we'll see how that goes. I ain't tried ragworm tonight yet, so we'll see how that goes. Not sure if I got a fish on the left hand rod, but that has been knocking a little bit, and I think it might be knocking just a tiny bite just now. Might be a little whiting on there or something. It's got fresh lug on it, so I wouldn't be surprised. You know what whiting are, when they see fresh lug, they love it. But then saying that, with whiting, I think if they're hungry enough, they'll have anything. But we're still here, trying our best to find some more fish. That tide is way down there now. But never mind, we're dealing with it. I'm not sure if there's anyone fishing down the Tramps Alley End, but I can't see any lights, not one light at all, so I'm guessing no one's out fishing tonight. So I'm thoroughly enjoying the session, which is what it's all about. And I'm hoping that any minute now, when them rods are going to go banging over, and there's going to be a nice smooth hound, or a ray, or even a nice bass would be good, or even a nice big flounder or something a bit different. But yep, we're having a pretty good session. So let's keep watching the rods and hope that something's going to come along soon. But yeah, tide is really out there now. But never mind, we're coping. So let's sit back, watch the rods, and see what happens. Right guys, I just reeled in the left hand rod. Just thought, well, we'll have another look, see what's going on with that. And we've got another whiting on. Here we are, yet another whiting. But oh, he's a little bit smaller, this one, but it's another whiting. We're getting plenty of these things tonight. But never mind, better than sitting here and blanking, eh? Get your fin up for a change. They never put their fins up, whiting don't. No, he ain't gonna listen to me. Oh yeah, he's got that little fin there up. Ooh, 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 ooh. There you go, another whiting. Yeah, I just thought, well, I'll just give that a reel in, see what's on there. And here we are, another whiting. We're getting plenty of these tonight. But they're good fun really, aren't they? Give you a little, well, not much of a fight, but they give you a little bit of a bounce on the end of the rod. Yeah, fun to catch really when nothing else is about. So there we, oh! There we are, another whiting. One more look, get him back in. Right, let's get him back in, guys. That was caught on the 1-hook flapper on the left hand side on a fresh lug. So I'll get another fresh lug on there and I'll get that back out there. Right guys, it's now 1:25. just reeled in the right hand rod. That's the 2-hook flapper rod. There was a ragworm on the top hook and a squid, well, a bit of squid on the bottom hook, and we got another whiting. Another one. I'm getting plenty of these things. Most casts we're pulling one in. But never mind. They're good fun really, aren't they, when there's nothing else about. So there you go. And on this side he's got a red eye, this one. Yeah, he's got a red eye, that whiting. It's different, huh? So there you go. Another whiting. Cool. It's a long way down to the water's edge now, but we're still getting on alright. Haven't quite emptied the reels yet, but not far off. There you go, guys. Right, let's get him back in. Yep, we're getting back in. Right. So he was caught on a bit of ragworm on the 2-hook flapper rig. That's the right end rod, not very far out either. Just give it a little flick, and that's where they seem to be really. So yeah, I'll get some more bait on there and we'll see what happens. Right guys, just had a little knock on the left hand rod and reeled it in, and we got another whiting. Yet another one. The whiting are definitely biting. The whiting are biting. There you go, look, you can even see the bit of lugworm sticking out of his mouth. Look, there you go. It's not a massive one, that one, that's only sort of a little one, but there you go. I'll let him have that bit of worm. That's my gift to Mr. Whiting. That's right, Mr. Whiting, I'll let you go in a minute. It's alright, Mr. Whiting. There you go. Oh, careful. There you go. Right, let's get him back in, guys. Right, we'll get him back in. He was caught on fresh lug. We're having a pretty decent session, guys, aren't we? Whiting after whiting at the moment. And one doggy and a crab, so mainly whiting, but we have had a couple of other bits, so that's pretty good. Right, let's carry on. Well guys, it's now 5 to 2. We're still fishing away. Getting a few bites on the right hand rod now. And at the moment in this session, that's been pretty much a white and a cast, isn't it? That tide is really low now. That's right down there. I'm having to walk right down there to cast out, right down there to put fish back. It's a bit of a job because it's quite a way down there now, but never mind. We're doing all right. I don't mind it because we catch some fish. That's the main thing. I think we got low tide in about another hour and a half sort of thing, so it ain't going to be too long until that stops moving. Then we'll have slack water and then that'll start coming up again, which will be fun. But the rods are sitting out there nicely. There's hardly any wind whatsoever, which is nice really. As I said when I started, to the left we got Tramp Sally, and to the right we got Links Road car park, and further on from that you've got the path, and you can actually walk all the way from this end to right past the Gulliver wind turbine as well, so that's quite good. It's quite a nice walk through that. And you can go all the way down. I think you can go all the way down to near where John Gross is, so that's quite a nice walk along it. It's quite a nice walk if you want to sort of have a look at them spots at Bird's Eye. It's quite a nice walk really along here, because at low tide you can see where all the bits of the sea wall is and stuff. That's quite a nice little stroll through that. I've done it a couple of times just to look at spots and stuff. I'll have to film it one day, me walking from this end all the way to the other end. That'll probably be quite a nice little wander. That'll be alright. So we're out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a fish right hand rod. Yeah, look like it. That seems to be knocking a bit. That's got, the left hand one has got another fresh lug on, and the right hand rod has got a rag on the bottom hook this time and a bit of mackerel on the top hook. We'll just see how that goes, but I think I'm going to be reeling in that right hand rod very shortly, because I seem to be doing a bit of knocking about, and so far it's been a pretty good session. So let's hope we'll keep pulling in a few more fish, and then everything will be fine. So let's see how it goes. And hopefully I'll be able to show you some more fish soon, guys. Right guys, just had a big, I had a big sort of knock on the right hand rod. Struck it and reeled it in, and we got another whiting. Yeah, another whiting. I thought there was something else on there, to be honest. Something might have fell off at the water's edge, but this is what was on there. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought there was a doggy or something on there, because that was really fighting, but no, just a whiting on there. Unless it fell off at the water's edge, as I've just said. It might have just fell off as I was reeling it up the beach. I went down there just to see if there's anything there, but no. Oh, but no, just a whiting, but that's fine by me. We're getting loads of these, aren't we? Literally every cast. It's a wriggly one. Definitely lively. But it's good to see when they're lively. That means they're healthy. There you go. Right, let's get him back in. Right. We'll get him back in, guys. And he was caught on the right hand rod. That's a 2-hook flapper rig. And he was caught on a ragworm bait again. I'm getting nothing on the frozen baits now. Quite strange really, isn't it? Because earlier they were going for the squid really well, but no, they don't seem to be touching it, so quite odd really. Right, so let's get baited up again. Right guys, it's now 2:45. Just had a nice bite on the right hand rod, and we got another doggy on. Another dogfish, so let me show you him. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. He's trying to scratch my skin, as they do. And here he is, another doggy. Let me just try and get to him. There he is, guys, another doggy. Oh, look, he's trying to... There he is, another doggy. Oh, he's twisting himself all up. They do these things. There you go, another doggy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. They're quite rough, these little things, aren't they? Rough on your skin. There you go, guys, another doggy. There you go. Not a massive one, this one, but not tiny either. So there you go, guys. Another doggy. Right, I'll get him back because he's wriggling about a bit. Right, there we go. Yeah, we'll get him back in. Right, guys. So there we are. Another doggy. Not too bad. So that's 2 doggies and numerous whiting. So So let's get another bait on there. He was caught on a ragworm that time. The last doggy we got on squid, but he was caught on ragworm. So let's keep the fishing and hopefully keep catching. Right guys, it's now 3:20. We're now on the bottom of the tide. So we're probably now going to be getting on slack water, and then that'll be starting to come back up again. Tide is a long way down. Had a couple of whitings since I last spoke to you, but nothing worthy of showing on camera. Only little tiny pins, only a couple anyway. They weren't very big. I think the rod I got a reel in next to the right hand one. It's in a couple of little knocks on there, but nothing massive, but probably a little pin whiting on there. There's been loads of them about tonight, so I reckon there'll be one on that. But you never know. Might have 2 empty hooks. Hopefully not, but we have done pretty well. We had some fish. That's the main thing. Probably about another hour and a bit, we'll start seeing a bit of light probably, which will be good. And then we'll go from there really. So I'll see what's on that right hand rod, and then we'll go from there really. Right guys, it's now 3:25. Just reeled in the right hand rod, and we got a little pin whiting. Just thought I'd bring a little pin whiting on camera, just a little tiny one. There you go. He's not very big, but he's not tiny, but he ain't no eatable size. There you go, just thought I'd show him. Whoa. Bit wriggly. There you go guys. Another whiting, just a little pin, nothing massive, but there you go, just a little whiting just to show you. He was on there, so I thought, well, might as well show him. Right, there he is. It's a bit sandy on the other side. There you go. Right, let's get him back in. Right, we'll get him back in guys. He was caught on the right hand rod, on the 2-hook flapper, on a ragworm, so the worms seem to be working pretty well at the moment. The time is now 3:25, so we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can keep catching a few more. Hopefully guys. Right guys, it's now 3:55. Just reeled in the right hand rod, and we've got another whiting on. This one's a little bit bigger this time. It's a bit bigger than the last little pin we had. What I show you. There you go. Not too bad. Not massive, but it's not tiny, is it? Let me just make it a little bit. There you are, so you can see the fish a bit better. Cool. A bit of a wriggly one, this one. There you go guys. Another white, and there you go. Oh, a bit wriggly. Hello. There you go. Look. Oh, whoa. There you go. Right, so let's get him back in. There you go. Right, we'll get him back in. Right guys, so it's now 3:55. It's now starting to get a bit light, so that's pretty good. So once we've got a bit of sunset, I'll take you out and I'll show you, and that'll be nice to see. So let's get him back and get some more bait out there. Right guys, it's now 20 past 4. As you can see, we got enough light to show the rods. I put my light away, what I have to light the rods up. We ain't got too much of a sunrise, as you can see. That's pretty much all we got at the moment. There's no point in me showing you around because there ain't no sunrise anywhere else. That's the only sort of bit we got where the sort of pinky sort of orange colour is. That's all we got really. But we've got the rods out there. Not any more fish since the last one I show you. Here it's now 20 past 4. I think I'm going to fish till about 6 o'clock, and then I think that'll be it there. Oh, I think I might have a bite right end rod. Yeah, it could be a bite. Yeah, I think about 6 o'clock I'm going to call it quits, and that'll be it for this session. But we've got about another hour and 40 minutes as yet, so we've got a good while. Yep, we'll give it until 6 o'clock and then that'll be enough. So let's see what we can get for the last hour and 40 minutes of the session. Got a while as yet, we should be able to find a few more fish. So I'll sit back, watch the rods, and hopefully when we got a bit of a better sunrise I'll be able to show you a bit more. Right guys, as you can see I took the old headlamp off now and turned all the lights off because that's bright enough now, as you can see in the background. And we've got another fish, a whiting. The time is now 4:45. We've got another whiting. We got him on the left hand rod on a fresh lug on the 1 hook flapper. Oh, whoa. There you go, another whiting. Not massive, but it's alright. On a fresh lug. I thought I had something on there. I thought I had a doggy or something bigger on there because that was really fighting, but nope, a whiting. Right, it's just spinning round. Wee. There you go. Another whiting. We had quite a few of these in this session, but never mind guys, they're all good fun, aren't they? There you go, look. Whoa. I'm nearly eating him. There you go, look. Right, let's get him back in guys. Right, we'll get him back in guys. Then we'll get another bait on there. And we'll keep the fishing until 6 o'clock and then we'll be packing up. So, get another bait on there and hopefully get some more fish. Well guys, it's now 10 past 5. This is the beach. This is where we are. That's Tramp's Alley down there, as you can see, all down there. We've got all the groins to the left as well and to the right. We're still fishing out there. Look at the nice bit of sun we got out there now coming up. We've got 2 little groin sticks here and 3 there, and I haven't snagged up once, which I'm quite surprised at really, because normally this part of the beach can be quite snaggy, but haven't snagged up once, so that's really good. And then we got another groin there, and there's a little gap the other side of there where you can fish, and then further down you got the all the old sea wall. That get really snaggy down there, so I wouldn't have thought that's any good down there, but yeah, all up there. Yeah, if you walk in that corner there, not on the beach bit, but if you go up on the wall and you walk all the way along there, you can get all behind Bird's Eye and that, and that's quite a good fishing spot as well. It's not too bad down there. But that's where I've been for the night. And yeah, this is where we are. That's all up there where people walk their dogs up, all up on the dunes and all in the woods up there, and got houses on the cliff up there. You might fall down there, would you? Cool, haven't been no good. Yep, we're not doing too bad. We're we're still fishing, so we're happy enough. There's a few people, well, I think I've seen one person so far walking their dog, so not too bad. Okay, and I can't see one person fishing, so it's not too bad. Which is, it's quite strange, really. I thought there might have been a few more people about, but no. But never mind, we're happy enough fishing. We've still got 2 rods out. We got lugworm on the left one and a bit of black lug wrapped up and ragworm on the bottom hook. So we're still fishing. So right, I'll keep an eye on these rods and hopefully there'll be another fish come along soon, guys. Right guys, it's now 20 past 5. I'm now going to go and give the left hand rod a look and look at it for, I don't know, 10, 15, well about 15-20 minutes, so let's go and have a look. Well guys, that's the first bit of weed I had on there, I think, for the whole session, so we ain't done so bad. Normally you get loads and loads of that, but this time that's been in this spot, that's not been too bad. So that's that bit of the weed off there. That's only that sort of red stuff and that sort of how can I explain that sort of, what colour is it, sort of a clear type stuff. So that's off there, that's that sort of red weed and that clear stuff, so that's off. Right, now I'm going to put a lugworm on, if I can find him. So let's get a nice lugworm on there. Fresh lug. I thought there was a fish on there, to be honest. That was quite heavy coming in, but nope, we had a bit of weed. But the first bit for the, well, we ain't had hardly any in this session, so I can't complain really. We've been pretty lucky. Sometimes you can pull it in all night, but no, we've been pretty lucky, haven't we? Right, so we got our lug baited up. Right, so let's you go. Right, so let's get that on there. Let's get that baited up. Right guys, so now next thing we got to do is cast it out, so let's go and do that now. Right guys, so there you go. That's the left hand rod reeled in and baited up again and out there again. So we got a nice, you can probably see it in the corner of the screen, nice bit of sunrise over there. Lovely, lovely job. I'll just leave that there so you can take in the nice view. That don't really do it justice on the camera really, it look a lot better when you're sort of sat here watching it. But there you go. So let's sit back and just watch them rods. I think I might give the right hand rod about 5 more minutes or something like that, and then I'll give that a look and put some more bait on there and we'll see how we get on with that one. Right guys, it's now 5 to 6. I was going to pack up at 6 o'clock, but I changed my mind, I think. Well, I've got a few little worms left down here, so I thought, well, we'll stay a little bit longer just to see if anything else turn up. It's going to make it a bit hard now, I think, because we've got a little bit of weed coming in now, but nothing like, no big clumps of it, but we've got a little bit coming in, so that might make it a little bit more harder, but we'll see, because the tide is obviously coming up now. That's why we're getting the weed, isn't it? Because the tide has turned. But I thought, well, we'll give it a little bit longer, use the worms up. I was gonna pack up at 6, but nope, we'll give it a little bit longer, just have a few more casts and see if anything happens, because you never know. Mr. Bass might turn up with his big mouth wide open, and if I ain't got a bait in the water, I won't be catching him. So I ain't got many worms left. I ain't got like loads and loads. I've only got a handful, but I got enough to make a few baits. Well, I got enough to have a couple of maybe 3 casts, so we got a little bit. We ain't got tons and tons of worms because we've been here since 8 o'clock, well 8 o'clock last night, so we used the majority of them, but we've just got a few little ones left, which we'll put on and just see how long they last. But just hoping we ain't going to get too much weed, because that'll make it a bit difficult. But obviously if the weed get too much, I'll pack up a bit earlier, but I ain't too sure how much longer I'm going to give it. I don't really know. I'll just use up the worms and I'll go from there, really. Just use the worms and see how long they last. I'm just doing all worm baits now, just to sort of use them up, sort of thing. Fish baits, and I don't think they'll work anyway, because I think that's I think it would be sort of worm baits at the moment. Because we tried mackerel and that all night, didn't we? And we couldn't get a fish on it, so I don't think that'll work really. So we'll try with these worm baits, and we'll just see what happens. Right, I better go and just see if there's anything on that right hand rod. So let's just see what happens, and hopefully I'll be a fish on the beach soon, guys. Right guys, it's now 20 to 7. I think I'm going to call this the last cast. Probably leave them out there till about 5-2, so I've got plenty of time for the bait to release its scent, and then I'm going to be packing up. So we'll leave them out there, and just, as I've just said, just let them sit out there and hopefully get a fish on the last cast of the session. There's quite a few people about now walking their dogs and walking up and down the beach, because that's a lovely day. Got lovely sunshine. As you can see, we got a boat there cruising along, a big one, a very big boat. So we got that there. Had a pretty good session, didn't we? Had some nice fish and whiting and some doggies and all sorts of different size fish. Little pin whiting and some bigger size ones as well. Yep, we had a pretty good session. So I'm gonna leave them out there for, as I've said, to about 5 to 7. Then we'll reel them in, and then we'll be going home. So we'll leave them out there. All the worms are now gone. Only bits I got left are the frozen baits, but they'll go back in the freezer when I get home, and then the next time they'll come out is when we're out sea fishing again. We got mackerel and squid and some prawns and some black lug to put back in the freezer, so we've got plenty of frozen bait for the next session, which is good. Right, so let's watch the rods, and I'll be back when I'm reeling in for the final time of the session, guys. Well guys, it's now 5 to 7. It's now time to reel in the last cast of the session, so here we go. Hopefully we got a fish, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we got a fish, guys. Here we go. Right guys, well nothing on the first one. Nothing on the left hand one. Just doing something here quickly before I forget it. Right, stick that in my bucket. Right, let's go and reel in the right hand one. Hopefully we've got a fish on that one. If we ain't, I'm afraid there'll be no more fish in this session. But we had a brilliant session. We had some smaller fish and some bigger fish. So right, let's go and reel in that rod. Nothing on that one either, guys. So no more fish in this session, but let me just get the other towel and put that there so that I don't get all my rigs muddled up. Right, just making it away. Right guys, let's have one more look round. Here we go, sorry. One more look round before we go. So here we are, here's the beach. That's Tramp Sally up there. I can't see anyone fishing yet, I don't think. No, don't think I can. And here we are. Let's just zoom back in. There's a few people about walking their dogs. I've got my gear there. I've still got my bivvy up, but I'll take that there in a minute. And up there we got a few cars up on the car park, and vans and stuff. And here is where we are. Up there we got the sea wall. You can walk along to Bird's Eye and that bit over there. And all the groins up there. So, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So I want to thank you all very much for watching this video. Really appreciate all your support. Please, if you haven't already, please hit that little like button, please. That really helps the channel out. And also, if you haven't already, please also hit that subscribe button. That really helps too. And comment under the video what you thought of it. That helps with the algorithm too. And when you see this video on social media, don't forget to hit that share button. That will help to get the channel out there and get it known to more people around the world and around the UK. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now. Thanks for tuning in.